Okay. Hey guys, Ronnie Soud here. I got a good video for you today. I want to loop back on a topic and expand on it that we did a few days ago. If you remember, we did a video on digital media versus traditional media, but we were looking at that more from a functional standpoint in terms of what the channels are and how they function and all that stuff. Today, what I want to show you is an updated ad spend report that is showing where most advertisers are spending their money in specific channel by channel within digital versus traditional. So let me share this with you. I'm gonna share my screen. Here it is. So this report was put out by eMarketer, and this is showing 2020 versus 2019 ad agency and in-house big brands like Walmart's of the world and so on, where they're spending their ad dollars. And this is was produced. This data was collected and produced in June of 2020. So kind of in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, but still extremely relevant because we're still sort of in the middle of this whole mess, right? So a few notable changes that I want to show you. First, the red is showing where they're expanding their ad dollars. The black is showing unchanged amounts, and the gray is showing decreases. And what you're going to see here is, first of all, I want you to see the channel groupings, right? Digital, 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 digital. And then this starts traditional, 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 traditional. And so if you look here, in almost every digital category, digital media category, the ad spend, their marketing and ad dollars are increasing, right? If you look at almost every traditional channel here, which is TV, so like CNN and your local news, billboards, radio, direct mail, print, like newspapers, magazines, so on, it is decreasing in a huge way. This is extremely important to understand. And so it's decreasing for a bunch of reasons, right? But most notably, it is decreasing for those functional reasons that we discussed in the previous video, and we're going to hint on again today. But some of the things that I wanted to show you, okay, in the top spot, CTV right here, which is connected TV. So video streaming services like YouTube and Hulu, that is now number one. This was not the case 3 years ago. CTV was not the number one growth channel 3 years ago, okay? Neither was podcasts, right? This is all new. And what this is showing is how consumers are shifting their attention, right? So they're no longer sitting in front of the TV watching cable and watching local news channels and such. They're still consuming video. However, the way they're consuming it is different. YouTube has a subscription model, as does Hulu, as does Netflix, so on and so forth. And so they're logging into those channels to both be informed, get educated, but also be entertained, right? Through traditional sitcoms and things of that nature that have updated and are now streaming their shows on those digital channels. Okay. Furthermore, things like podcasts are now starting to gain more and more of people's attention. I hear every day from clients that are now listening to more podcasts as they drive into their into work or as they drive from sales meetings, right? So these channels are very, very real. This is not a fad. Digital is continuing to grow. And furthermore, what we're seeing is that digital is continuing to divide, right? So we now have more digital channels to choose from than we did, 5-10 years ago. And this is a good thing, right? Because it is helping us target our audience better and better and more accurately. So this shift is happening for two reasons. Again, the big shift where mass majority of ad spend dollars are going to digital versus traditional. This shift is happening for two reasons. One, the money is going where people are putting their attention and time. And today, that's all digital media and digital channels, okay? And so like we hinted on before, they're now getting entertained more and more by digital channels, okay? And so it's not just things like watching shows up on YouTube and Hulu. It's also spending hours up on TikTok, right? TikTok, Instagram still huge, but YouTube, of course. so on and so forth. Also, spending hours listening to their favorite podcasters. Okay. So radio, when we used to tune into a radio show because we liked the morning jockey, that has shifted now. They now have talk podcast shows. Okay. This is very, very real and growing every day in popularity. The second reason for this shift is the cost. Okay. Traditional media is still expensive comparatively to digital media today. Okay. So even though a lot of advertisers are migrating away from traditional media, they're wanting to cut deals now because they have a lot of freed up inventory. But still, the rate at which you need to buy it in order for it to be effective is still higher than the rate at which you can get started with digital media and digital advertising. Okay. So digital media, easy to get started. It's extremely cost effective. And two, as we hinted in the last video, there's very, very little wasted ad spend because we're able to target individuals that fit our target demographic so efficiently. Okay. So guys, this is very real. It's very important to keep in mind right now as we're sitting here beginning of September, because we're all going to start, if you haven't yet, we're all going to start our holiday season marketing and advertising strategies and plans. So keep this in mind. Okay. Make the shift. You'll be happy you did. I promise. And again, if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with another awesome video for all of you. Bye-bye.